Let's get started. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, and we learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University. And if you're interested in joining the live sessions that we have every Sunday, you can get all the details on this page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University, where you can get all the prior videos that we have. Now we have close to 600 videos, so you can get all of them here. In case if you missed any of the previous classes, also you can get the details. And similarly, the more and more ways to engage with the Hindi University community. So as you know that we are also building the community on Discord, which is a newer platform, just like WhatsApp and Telegram, but has more advanced features. So we are trying to build the community there. So you can find the link of Discord on this link. After the end of this class, I'll go into a little bit more deeper into it, just so that all of you are seamlessly onboarded on Discord. So other than that, like, you can get the practice session details. As you know, we have now more than 7+ practice sessions throughout the week, and based on your availability on your level, you can join any of those practice sessions. As you know, I'm dividing the classes into more or less two parts. The first half is geared towards the beginners level, where we go over the beginners, refresh beginner stuff and go over the beginner stuff. And second half is basically the intermediate plus. So whether you may be intermediate or above, we'll try to cover topics that will be useful for this level. Okay, as you know, we're covering two major books this year. First one is the Pingu Learns Hindi. Pingu Learns Hindi, which is a book for the beginners. And the second one is also, which is basically Elementary Hindi. Elementary Hindi. This book is written by Professor Richard Delacy. He is a Hindi professor at the Harvard University. So we are covering his book as well. And both the details of both the books you can find on tiny.cc. For intermediate plus, it's a blended curriculum. We are covering Rupert Snell, some topics from Rupert Snell, some from Professor Usha Jain, and then Kavita Kumar, and some my own material. Okay, and throughout the class, as you know, a pretty interactive class, so feel free to ask questions. Don't be shy. We'll start small in the class, and then we build the complexity as we make progress. Okay, so with that in mind, let's get started. And if you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask the questions. Okay. So last class we finished chapter 7 of Elementary Hindi, the book from Professor Richard Delacy. After that, I told you in the previous class that we will be covering an interesting topic, which will be useful for all levels. So you guys remember we covered interrogatives in Hindi. Interrogatives are nothing but the WH. Most of them are WH and then related words, which helps you inquire about the subject. Those are like what, where, who, how, when. Those are Hindi interrogatives. What we have not covered is the corresponding additional keyword. So when you have what about what else? Okay. Similarly, when we talk about when, we know in Hindi is kab. How will you say when else? And most importantly, in which scenarios will you use them? Okay. So today's session will be, imagine that you are pretty comfortable introducing yourself, okay, and striking a basic good conversation with the person. Can you extend it further? Okay, how can you do that? You can use all these grammatical concepts to have more meaningful conversation with the person. Okay, imagine you're asking someone like, okay, what is your favorite food? Okay, and then, oh, what else do you like? Okay. It's very natural, right? It's not like you are just stopping at just like one sentence. You will keep on building on top of it. Okay. Similarly, like let's say you're in India and you are like inquiring someone, how can I go to, let's say, a particular city like Jaipur, okay, and they give you a direction, okay, and you're like, how else can I go there? Okay, so that's the premise behind it. Like that way, I hope you get the point of where I'm going with it. And So let's do some examples. So when it comes to like the first one, what I'm going to ask some of the Andarji. How do we say what in Hindi?
क्या है
Huh?
क्या है
Very good. Kya. Right? Kya. So you have half ka and then year with a. Kya. Any idea? How will you say what else?
और क्या
Very good. Very good. Right? You'll say or kya. There's nothing but like you put or, which typically if you're using it in isolation, it means and. But when you're using it together, it means sort of what else. And the way you will write it in Devanagari, you have a and then o, basically the or kya. Or kya. Right? Simple, no problem there, right? Let's take some examples, and then as I'm writing the examples, I want you to all think about where will you use it, okay? Because after I'm done with, because we'll go over all the interrogatives, but I want you to all think about where you will use it. Okay, so I'm going to erase it. Imagine that the sentence is pretty simple for me, okay? And I have written something like the one that I said, what do you like? Something simple, what do you like? Okay. I hope most of you know how to say it in Hindi. And if you don't, start with you like or I like. Okay. And then come to this one. Okay. Let's see. JDG, how will you say this one? You like.
आप पसंद है
Okay. So remember, there's when anything you are the recipient of something, you use a postposition. You is
आपको
very good. So aap is there. And which postposition you're using?
को
हो आपको
पसंद है
आपको पसंद है. That's how you say you like, or if you are saying I like, मुझको पसंद है. I is मैं, but को with the post position it becomes मुझको पसंद है. Right? So just like that, JDG, how will you say what do you like?
आपको क्या पसंद है
Very good. आपको क्या पसंद है? That's how you will ask someone, what do you like? Now, with the help of what else, you can ask additional questions or alternatives about what the person, may like. Okay. Now, JDG, try to use what else in the same sentence.
आपको और क्या पसंद है
Amazing. आपको और क्या पसंद है? आपको और क्या पसंद है? Right? आपको और क्या पसंद है? Good with that, JDG, right? It gives you a feeling that you can ask additional questions about the person, right? So let's say they say, okay, I like this food, and let's say you don't have the ingredients to cook that. You can inquire additional details, and rather than like just getting stuck there, oh my God, what do I do, right? Now let's do some more. Okay, just like what do you like? Let's say you want to know what do you need. Just like in this one also, you will need a postposition ko. What do you need? Let's say, who would like to try this one? Barbara ji, you want to try this one? What do you need? How will you say that?
आपको
Hmm?
चाहिए
है
So, very good. So you need is
चाहिए
आपको चाहिए. Very good, right? आपको चाहिए. आपको चाहिए. What do you need would be?
आपको और क्या चाहिए है
Very good. So you will say आपको क्या चाहिए, which is basically without what else. It's just using this. आपको क्या चाहिए, which is
चाहिए
what. Okay. And then we are using और क्या. All you will do is आपको और क्या
क्या
चाहिए.
चाहिए
Right. So imagine we are good friends, right? I don't want to be too formal. I want to be like semi-formal, right? Because we are friends. You come to our place, you I serve you food, okay? First would be आपको क्या चाहिए, and you're comfortable. You can say I need this and this. And I can come back and say आपको और क्या चाहिए, right? And I can just to make sure that I serve you properly when you come home, right? Any questions so far? Anyone is finding it hard? Feel free to raise your hand.
I had a question. Is it wrong to be so you say आपको और क्या चाहिए?
Mhm.
Could you say no, क्या आपको और no, you can't say क्या at the beginning after you say
That's
आपको.
right. When you put kya in the beginning, it's yes and no. Right? क्या आपको apple चाहिए? You would say हाँ, or you'll say नहीं. Right? So that's the scenario that will play out. क्या आपको और कॉफी चाहिए? You can say that. क्या आपको और कॉफी चाहिए? Let's continue this conversation. आपको और क्या चाहिए? So let's say you respond to me that मुझे कॉफी चाहिए. Okay? Let's say you are done with the coffee. I come back to you again. Then I can ask you, क्या आपको और कॉफी चाहिए? You can say हाँ, मुझे और कॉफी चाहिए, or you can say नहीं, मुझे अब और कॉफी नहीं चाहिए. Make sense? Or
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Anyone else? Anybody has any question? Who's finding it hard? Raise your raise your hand and don't be shy. Okay, it's okay to feel that. Okay, so I'll give you one more example and then I'll ask you. Okay, simple again. I'm trying to do simple examples. And this one right now I use two examples of co with the postposition co is used. Now this is also you can use. What is your favorite book? What is your uh, actually this one is not so good. Okay. So let's say you have simple. I want to use an example of can, right? So model. So let's say the simple sentence is what can we do at the amusement park? What can we do? What can we do at, let's say, at the museum instead of amusement park? What can we do at the museum? Simple sentence, same thing, but you will say what else? Okay, and I just use amusement park, museum or amusement park, but this can be used like if you're visiting a city or a touristy place. Like what can we do here in this weather? Okay, and somebody will say, oh, आप यहाँ जा सकते हो, आप ये खा सकते हो, आप ये पी सकते हो, आप waterfall देख सकते हो. Okay, आप Oakland Park zoo जा सकते हो. They tell you certain things, right? About these are the things that you can do. Natural tendency of human being is like, oh, और क्या? Okay, what else? Right? So that's where also it will come handy. Okay, what else can I do? मैं और क्या कर सकता हूँ? और या मैं और क्या कर सकती हूँ? Okay, so I'm going to take a pause. I want to take examples from you. Okay, so feel free to raise your hand. Either write it down if you feel more comfortable, or if you feel comfortable, saying it, unmute and tell me the scenario where you will use what else. Tisina ji, you want to unmute yourself? Hope you're comfortable. If you need more time, that's totally okay.
Sorry, was that me or someone
Yeah.
else? Should you?
Huh?
Was that me or someone else you asked?
You go for it.
Huh?
Yeah.
So, what can we do in London?
Mhm.
What else can we do in London?
Mhm.
So, London में
Mhm.
हम कर सकते हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं?
लंदन में हम और क्या कर सकते हैं? वेरी गुड. लंदन में हम और क्या कर सकते हैं? अमेजिंग. Let's see. Delia ji, you want to try it out?
What's it?
You
What
go
could
for Delia ji, and then I think Daniel ji. Okay, so Delia ji and then Daniel ji. I see the confusion. So it's okay. Yeah, no worries. Why don't you go Delia ji and then we'll have Daniel.
Okay. भारत में मैं और क्या कर सकती हूँ? What
Very
else
good.
can I do in India?
Very good. Very good. Amazing. What else I can do can I do in India? Daniel ji now. Yes, Daniel ji, I think you can go for it now.
हम स्कूल में क्या सकते हैं? What else can we do in school?
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay. Amazing. Anything else? Anyone who wants to use any other word? You can use to buy. Like the word to buy is, खरीदना. You can use that word. आप यहाँ क्या कर सकते हैं? Very good. Let's see. We'll just take a few more examples just to make sure that everyone. Sharmila ji, how are you doing?
मैं ठीक हूँ.
Okay. Okay, you want to try it out?
ओके, मैं उस वक्त नहीं सुन रही थी, लेकिन
Okay.
आप
Just
मोर में,
just start.
हाँ हाँ,
Go for it. Go for it.
मोर में
You're not
और
coming.
क्या और क्या कर सकते हैं
कहाँ पे? कहाँ पे?
बिना, ओके, मॉल में हम और क्या
मॉल में.
कर सकते?
ओके, मॉल
मॉल
में
में, हाँ,
हम
हम और क्या कर सकते?
Very good. You can say even the different one. हम और क्या खरीद सकते हैं? What else can
हाँ,
we buy in mall?
हम और
So you can use
क्या
that.
क्या कर, हाँ हाँ, हम क्या क्या खरीद सकते हैं? हाँ.
Very good. Okay, awesome. So I'll move on in case if you didn't get a chance or if it is still not clear. When we do the next interrogative, I'm pretty sure it will be clear. Okay, so just like what and what else, now we do when and when else. When and when else. When versus when else. As I am explaining it, again, keep thinking like, your intro that you're doing with people, don't limit yourself with just the initial, okay, the question, okay, keep thinking, okay, so this should be in your toolbox, right? When and when else. So when, as you know, how do you say when in Hindi?
Kab.
Kab. Very good. Kab. Kab. So just like the previous one, what do you think when else will be, when else would be in Hindi?
और कब?
Very good. Or kab. Or kab. So you have or and then kab. Give me a simple sentence that starts with when in English. I'll try to see if it fits.
When shall we meet?
Very good. When can we meet? Amazing. When can we meet? Now tell me, how will you say in Hindi? When can we meet? You already know kab is when. You know we is hum. To meet is
मिलना.
very good. To meet is milna. And can, you know, is modal. So the sentence will have sakna or form of sakna. Okay? When can we meet?
Up.
Vidyaji, go try it out. When can we meet?
Who did you say?
Vidyaji. Yeah.
Oh, क्या आशीष जी?
Yes. How will you say this sentence in Hindi? When can we meet?
हम कब मिल सकते हैं?
हम
कब
कब मिल
सकते हैं?
हम कब मिल सकते हैं? Okay, हम कब मिल सकते हैं? Okay, so let's say I give you some options. Okay, हम अगले वीकेंड मिल सकते हैं और उसके बाद वाले वीकेंड मिल सकते हैं. That we can meet next weekend or the weekend after that. And you're like, no, both of them I'm busy. I don't have time for you. What else? Your natural thing would be हम.
और कब?
Yes, हम और कब मिल सकते हैं? When else can we meet? हम और कब मिल सकते हैं? Okay, हम और कब मिल सकते हैं? Okay, you go to watch. You want to go, for a movie, and it's getting shown at a particular time. Okay, you are not available. Okay, your natural thing would be when else can we go watch this movie? हम ये movie और कब देख सकते हैं? Okay. As you might imagine, like the location also now. Where else can we watch this movie? हम ये movie और for where it would be हम ये movie और कहाँ देख सकते हैं? Right? हम ये movie और कहाँ देख सकते हैं? Okay. Let me write down some more examples. Okay. Some more examples, and I'll ask from you guys. Okay, when this one is when. How about this? I ask all of you write it down so I get more energy from all of you. Like when else can we go to the park? When else can we go to the park? I ask all of you to write it down. How will you say it in Hindi? When else can we go to the park? This way everyone will get to participate, right? When else can we go to the park? Okay. You can use the Zoom chat to respond. When else can we go to the park? Okay, very good. Undersi?
What did you say?
No, I think Undersi has written something, so I was just saying good stuff there.
Wait, what is it? The sentence again?
The sentence is when else can we go to the park? That is the sentence. Okay, awesome. You want to try this out, Shreya? When else can we go to the park? I can help you if this is longer. Start with we can go. I mean, that to assume that you have some understanding.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Like the original one.
Yes, you can say this one.
हम और कब पार्क जा सकते हैं?
Here you go. हम और कब पार्क जा सकते हैं? Okay, the sentence itself is good. It is correct. Okay, there is an implied, when you don't use the postposition, there is an implied may. But some of you have written हम और कब पार्क में जा सकते हैं. That's equally correct as well. But when you say हम पार्क कब जा सकते हैं, there's an implied, in the park there, right? So don't worry too much about that. Okay, हम और कब park में जा सकते हैं? Great stuff. Any questions, anyone? Anyone finding it hard? Nobody, nobody's finding it hard. Austin ji, first time for you, or you done it before?
No, it's my first time watching you, man.
Yeah, is it okay or too much?
I mean, I just started learning the vowels, so I'm like sort of lost.
Okay, hang in there. Okay, it's a natural thing because it assumes that you already have some prior knowledge of it, right? So
Yes,
at
sir.
least you understand what and what else, and when and when else, right? That part you understand. Like even with a complete first time joining it, like that there's a thing that is called what, which is kya, and
Yeah.
like aur kya, right?
Mm.
That part you understand it, right?
Mm. Aur kiya. What else, right?
What else? Aur kya? Okay.
Aur kiya. Yeah.
Okay. So initially, at least for this class for you, just remember that kya versus aur kya, kab versus aur kab.
Aur kiya. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's good.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay. So now let's do how versus how else. We'll get you situated, Austin, right? There are multiple complete beginners practice sessions, so you will not be lost. I can assure you that. Yeah. So next one is how versus how else. Who would like to tell me now? Roxana ji, you want to try this one out? How versus how else? Okay, Sharon ji.
कैसे and or कैसे?
Very good. Kaise and or kaise. So how is nothing but like when do you use how here or kaise in this case, Sharon ji?
Say again, Ashaji.
When will you use how or kaise in Hindi? When you want to inquire about manner in which something is done, right?
It's done.
Can you give an example in Hindi of kaise?
How do you make dosa?
Very good. How do you make dosa? Okay, how will you say it in Hindi?
Dosa. No, आप डोसा कैसे बनाते हैं?
Okay, okay. So I'm gonna write it down for myself basically. Like let's say you are making it. How can I make dosa? Slightly changing your sentence. How can I make dosa? How will you say that? मैं
मैं डोसा कैसे बना सकते हैं?
बना सकती हूँ. Very good, right? मैं डोसा कैसे बना सकती हूँ?
All right. Sorry.
Now, like let's say the person gives you a recipe of dosa, right? Certain recipe that this is how you can make dosa. You can naturally ask, मैं dosa. Now use how else.
मैं डोसा और कैसे बना सकती हूँ?
How else can I make dosa? Okay, and they will tell you the alternative methods of making dosa. Okay, same thing, like dosa is like for the most part dosa is like one unique method like that you will use. But let's say it was instead of a dosa, it was some curry, like which can be made in multiple different ways. Like then you can ask like मैं ये कैसे कर सकता हूँ और कैसे कर सकता हूँ. Okay, now let's say the original example I gave you. How can I? Let's say you are in a touristy place, okay, in India, and you want to say, how can I go to the airport? Because there's a lot of traffic in India and many cities, right? So let's say you want to No, how can I go and go to, why don't everyone try this one? How can I go to the airport? That's the first one. And then all you have to do is how else. So I want all of you to try this one out. And you can use the Zoom chat. For you, Austin, just remember, if nothing else, how is, a kaise and then or kaise. Okay? For you, this is the thing.
So is it kiase?
Or kaise.
How?
So it's how is kaise. K, ka with a, k, se. Kaise, one word.
Yes.
Kaise. Kaise.
Yes.
Like for example, if I ask you, how are you? Aap kaise ho?
Okay.
Yeah, that's kaise. I want to make sure you don't leave the class with like, oh my god, I was just complaining
Oh,
long.
no, you're good.
Okay, so how can I go to the airport? Okay, so let's see. Anuji, you want to try this one out?
I think I got it wrong. I said मैं
Okay.
airport कैसी जा सकती हूँ, but it's
You got it right, right?
huh?
You got it right. मैं एयरपोर्ट कैसे, for me जा सकता हूँ, for you मैं एयरपोर्ट कैसे जा सकती हूँ.
And I said कैसी, but do you ever use कैसी versus कैसे, or it's always कैसे?
It varies, but in this one is कैसे, how.
Because it's the airport.
Yeah, yes, that's right. मैं एयरपोर्ट कैसे जा सकती हूँ. So, कैसी, I'll explain to you, but in this case, you'll always use कैसे. Like, मैं strawberry कैसे, मैं smoothie कैसे बना सकती हूँ, मैं juice कैसे बना सकती हूँ. So, right now, stick with it, कैसे, right, how, and how else, how will you use how else in the sentence? मैं,
You want someone else to do it or me?
you finish it. Yeah, so that
Oh,
means like,
मैं airport और कैसे जा सकती हूँ?
मैं एयरपोर्ट और कैसे जा सकती हूँ. Okay, because you don't want to take a particular route. If somebody is telling you go from this one and you're like, no, there's a 1 hour of traffic jam there and there's not much. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna that there's no other way you can go there, right? So that's why you want to figure out the alternative way. Okay, so let's say very relevant one for you. How can, this is a natural thing as you're learning the language, you will ask someone, how can I improve my Hindi? How can I improve my Hindi or Hindi language? Okay, and then naturally somebody will tell you you can use this and this and this, and then like, how else? Okay, I want all of you to try this one as well. Okay, how can I improve my Hindi? I can give you more examples. We may not be able to cover all of them, but for example, how can I solve this problem? Or how can I solve this problem?
Would you be able to give the verb for improve and solve?
Yeah, so right now, for the simplicity, you can just use improve karna.
Okay.
For the simplicity, you can say improve karna, or you can use behtar karna. Behtar.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's try this one out. Someone who has not tried so far. Let's see. Okay. All good job there, Shreya. Nicely done there. Samarji, you want to try this one out? how can I improve my Hindi?
Should we say meri Hindi or
Yeah.
like I see Sheila put may apni and I really don't understand apni. Meri or
So if
either
this
is okay.
if you don't do it, fix it. You can just say, how can I improve Hindi?
So I have meri Hindi kaise improve karna, or I guess I'd say kar sakti hu.
Very good. मैं अपनी हिंदी और अपनी हिंदी कैसे improve कर सकती हूँ,
Yeah,
right?
and then meri Hindi or kaise improve kar sakti hu.
और कैसे improve कर सकती हूँ, और कैसे improve कर सकती हूँ. Any questions on this one? Okay, now I'm not going to write it down. I'm going to just ask, how else can we make this curry? Rapid fire now. JDG.
Can you repeat how can I improve my Hindi again?
मैं अपनी हिंदी और कैसे improve कर सकता हूँ और कर सकती हूँ. Yeah. Or let's say you're using a particular method. How else can I learn this language? Because there are many ways to learn a language, right? I mean, immersion, and then there is a grammar-based approach or pattern-based approach, right? So, how else can I do this thing? How can I make this curry? Who would like to try this one? JD?
How can I make this curry? Make curry kaise pakar sakta hun?
पका सकता हूँ. That's to cook, and to make is
Banan?
हाँ, go for it. Yeah, very good. मैं ये करी कैसे?
मैं करी कैसे banan sakte hun?
Okay. Yeah, very great. And then you will use how else?
मैं करी और कैसे बना सकता हूँ?
There you go. और कैसे बना सकता हूँ? Okay. Any questions? Anyone?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah, go for it.
How do you know when to use hai and hun?
Yeah, good one, right? So in Hindi, these are nothing but the to be form of the word. Just like in English, you have is, am, are.
Oh.
You see that? Like if I ask you, like, how do you know when to use is, am, and are?
Yeah.
Your natural would be, oh, when I'm using he or she or it, it's he. When I'm using I use am. When you're using you're using are, right? Just like in Hindi, it's basically when it is he, it's hai. Okay, when it is we, is hai. Okay, when it is am, it's whom. Make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good question and very good observation. Like, because it's sometimes it's easier to assume that when one may know it, but okay. So far we have done what and what else. We have done when and when else. We have done how and how else. Now we have who and who else. Who and who else. Now, what about this? Rather than me doing the lesson, you guys tell me, because by now you know the pattern. Okay, so by now I shouldn't be telling, like, so let's see, when do we use who and how do we say that in Hindi? Meeta ji, you want to try this one out?
I think who is gone?
Who is gone? Okay, and when do we use who in Hindi?
When you want to know who someone is.
When you want to inquire about a specific person. That's right, when you want to inquire about a specific person. So just like who, which is gone, how else, how will you say who else?
Or gone.
Or gone. Or gone. Or gone. Okay, so let's take some examples now. How will you explain who to someone in Hindi?
Who made the curry?
Who made the curry? Very good. Who made the curry? Give some more example, Mitaji, and anyone else also. Who made the curry?
Who climbed the mountain?
Very good. Who climbed the mountain? Who climbed? Give a name of the mountain.
Himalayas.
Who climbed the Himalayas? Himalaya. Himalaya.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How will you say this in Hindi? Who climbed the Himalaya? If it is hard to know climb, you can just use climb karna. Okay.
Himalaya kon climb kar. No, climb.
It's a past, right? So
Himalaya kon climb rahe hai.
okay.
Sorry, I'm making this.
So this becomes interesting because it becomes ne also with that, right? So
Yeah.
let's take something in in present tense. Maybe this will help
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Take something in present tense. Or let's say you have a party and you want to know
Who got drunk?
who else got drunk, right? That's the thing you want to know about someone. I was thinking circle, okay? I was thinking sober, which is like who came or who is coming to the party? Who is coming? But good example is coming to the party. Who is coming to the right? Because sometimes you want to know. Only if your people you like who's coming, then you want to go, right? So let's say you ask someone who's coming to the party, and the name you want to hear, so far you've not heard them. What naturally you'll ask, who else? Okay, so okay, let's do this thing, Mitaji. Who is coming to the party?
Party mein kaun aa rahe hai.
पार्टी में कौन आ रहे हैं? पार्टी में कौन आ रहे हैं? ओके, आई कैन से पार्टी में जेडी जी आ रहे हैं, केली जी आ रही है, नंदिता जी आ रही है और राधिका जी आ रही है, एंड देन नेचुरली यू विल आस्क पार्टी में
और कौन आ रहे हैं?
पार्टी में और कौन आ रहा है? Okay. So far, so good. Anyone want to give an example?
Can
I
you
have a
also-
question.
No.
Yeah,
Go
go for
ahead.
it.
I was just gonna ask this, Rahe, do you use that because we don't know, since like it could be male, female, do we just default to Rahe?
That's right. That's right. So sometimes I keep it generic just so that party में और कौन आ रहे हैं, because I want to know multiple people. If I want to say party में और कौन आ रहा है और कौन आ रही है, either I know this is only a male specific party or आ रही है, right? I mean, so if it is only a party of girls, then party में और कौन आ रही है.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever say और कौन party में आ रही है?
You can say that.
That's fine too.
Yes, that's fine too. Yeah. Yeah.
Ashuji, I have a question.
Yes, Vidyaji.
Can you duplicate?
Con. Is that? Yeah, you can say that.
Or con.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say twice also. Con aa raha hai. You can say that. Yeah. How about this? Who else can help us? You are stuck in a problem and you're trying to figure out your options. Option 1 is not available. Natural thing is, who else can help us? Kelly ji?
Sorry, you're not right now. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. Who else can help us? First one is natural. Who can help us? Right? Who else can help us? Natural, right? Very, very common thing that you would say. Delhi Achi, you want to try this one out?
Dang.
It's okay. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Delia ji, you go for it. And then
Okay.
Daniel.
हमको और कौन मदद कर सकते हैं?
Okay, very good. हमारी मदद.
हमारी
Our help is. Who can help us? Say one more
हमको
time. Say it one more time and I'm going to write it down. Who else can help us? हमारी मदद.
हमारी मदद और कौन कर सकते हैं?
वेरी गुड. हमारी मदद और कौन कर सकता है, सकती है और सकते हैं. वेरी गुड. और कौन कर सकते हैं? I see what you want to make it generic, right? So because it can be a group of people, right? So that's fine. Who else can help us? Amazing, right? हमारी मदद और कौन कर सकता है और कौन कर सकती है और कौन कर सकते हैं? Let's see. Who else is available? Let's say, JDG today posted like, I want to do a practice sessions, and he's like, who is available? That's a natural thing that you would ask, right? I don't want to give the answer, right? How will you ask JDG? Who else is available? You have to unmute yourself. If not, I can do that. I can help out. Okay. Who else is available?
और कौन उपलब्ध?
Yeah. Okay. Are you looking it up? The word for available?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I give you a simple one. You can first one, you can easily say available hai. That's a simple one. All कौन available है? Or if you want to keep it very simple, you can say और कौन मौजूद है? So it's ma with o, ja with u, and then मौजूद. It's simple. Uplabdh is slightly harder, like uplabdh, right? और कौन available है? You can say और कौन मौजूद है? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
और
awesome.
कौन मौजूद है?
और कौन मौजूद है? Okay. Who else is going to the trip besides Alice? Who else is going to the trip besides Alice? Who would like to try this one out? Someone who has not tried, raise your hand. If it is hard, you can just say who else is going to the trip. Okay. Akhil ji, go for it.
इसके अलावा और कौन ट्रिप जा रहे हैं?
Okay.
जा रहा है.
Okay. एलिस के अलावा ट्रिप पे और कौन जा रहा है? Right. और yes, trip, on the trip, right? So और कौन जा रहा है? Right. For you, Austin, if it is hard, like just remember this one. Who is this word? You must have heard. So who is con? It's not the English con, right? It's this one, con. Who is con, and then who else is or con? Okay, for you, just right now, this interrogative. Okay. So now I'll move to any questions. Otherwise, I'll move to the next one, which is the last one, and it's basically where and where else. And that basically will cover the most commonly used interrogatives for us, right? So now we'll have where and where else. And where versus where else. Where, as you guys know, it's an interrogative used to inquire about specific location or a place. And where else is like when you want to know additional locations or in alternative locations. Where else? Right. So where is in Hindi is. This time I'm going to ask Daniel Ji. Okay, Daniel Ji. What is how do you say where in Hindi?
Kahan.
Very good. So how will you say this one?
Or Kahan.
Very good. Or kahan. Or kahan. Okay, give some example of kahan.
Where else can we go?
Very good. Where else? So let's do the first one. Where can we go? Where can we go? How will you say this?
Kahan.
हम और कहाँ जा सकते हैं?
हम first one is where can we go? हम कहाँ जा?
हम कहाँ जा सकते हैं?
And then हम
or so it's हम और कहाँ जा सकते हैं. Yeah,
हम और कहाँ जा सकते हैं? Amazing, right? Where now let's say where else can we go for dinner? Where else can we go for dinner? Shreya, you want to try this one out? I'm not sure if you're still there, but
Yeah,
if you
I am.
yes, go for it.
Wait, so what is the sentence again?
Your sentence is, I've not written it down. Where else can we go for dinner?
हम और dinner से जा सकते हैं.
One more time, louder, little bit louder. You get more confidence when you're a little bit louder.
Wait, so just the entire thing again?
Yes, repeat it again, but a little bit louder this time.
हम और कहाँ dinner से जा सकते हैं?
Very good. हम dinner पे और कहाँ जा सकते हैं? Okay, हम dinner पे और कहाँ जा सकते हैं? Okay. Similarly, yeah, someone has a question. Okay. So just like that, where else can we shop? Okay. Let's say you're in India, and let's say the hospitals are in a particular area, and hospitals are closed there, and you want to know where else can I go for treatment? Where else can I go for treatment? Okay. If the word is hard for treatment, just say treatment करवाने. Okay, or treatment के लिए. Where else can I go for treatment? Sheila ji, where else can I go for treatment?
मैं और कहाँ treatment कर सकते हूँ? Oh, go.
करा
Sorry.
सकती हूँ.
जा सकते हूँ.
Very good. Okay, मैं treatment के लिए और कहाँ जा सकती हूँ? Yeah. Or the variations of it is correct as well. Any variations you can come up with. Any questions so far? Anyone? I know it may be slightly harder for some of you, but if you have any questions, please ask.
I had a question about earlier you used in hamari madad, or instead of like humko. Sometimes people are using humko, or I'm just curious the difference between hamari and hum or humko.
So so your question is, when we say hamari health, it's basically our health, right? Versus we need help. Okay, we need help is you are the recipient of the help. हमको मदद चाहिए. And tell me if I understood your question correctly. The question is हमको versus हमारी. Is that the question, right? right? Give me 1 minute. So it's basically the answer is simple, right? When you say our help, right? It's hamari help. Okay, hamari, hamare, or that's where you will use our versus like we, and even we is hum, but when you are using as a recipient of something, you're the beneficiary of the help, then you end up using ko with it, right? Humko madad chahiye. But give me more examples so that I can tell you. I want to make sure I understood your question thoroughly.
I think it was from that question before.
It was, yeah, I know what she's talking about because I had the same thing. I had it written down. So
Yeah.
I was one of the ones that put humko in the chat because that was my guess, but the example you used was hamari. I put humko madad aur kaun kar sakte hai.
Yeah, you can say that, right? So who we need help. You can say that in that manner also. हमको मदद और कौन कर सकता है? No, actually हमको मदद और कौन कर सकता है? It would not do that. हमारी मदद और कौन कर सकता है? Who else can help us? So basically, let me write it down. So हमारी मदद और कौन कर सकता है? Okay. So your question is, why can't we use हमको here? Who would like to explain it? Maybe sometimes the better explanation comes from one of you. Vidya ji? Or anybody else? हमको मदद और कौन कर सकता है? Why will you not use हमको here? I mean, we know it grammatically, you will not use it, but
Like you said, who else can help us, or हमको और कौन मदद कर, no, हमको और मदद चाहिए, I would say.
yeah, that is correct, but the grammatical explanation of why this is
one. This one is the ki madad karna. So the hum plus ki. So that's just like there's like ka intizar karna.
Ki madad karna. Okay, that's correct.
It goes all together. So if you have it all go together and then you have ki plus hum, it becomes hamari.
That's right.
So it's like whenever we say like mere and tere, like when we're or like mujhko, like if it's reflexive, basically, right?
So I think Kelly's answer is correct. Their explanation, right? I mean, it's like as she shared, like hum is basically we plus ki madad karna, and then it becomes hamari madad karna, right?
Like the whole thing is the verb. That whole verb to help, it has to have the ki madad karna in front of it. That's what's tricky. There's a group of them that's in the Usha Jain book. I can't remember, probably Vidya ji or you guys remember. There's a whole chapter on those kind of verbs that have that ka or ki in front of them.
Okay.
The sentence is different because you can say हमको मदद चाहिए, no ki in it.
Akhil, you wrote something really interesting in the chat. So maybe if we think of the word as aid, it might make more sense. Who might come to our aid?
I see. That's a good one. Yeah.
With intizar, maybe if we think of it as anticipation, in anticipation of us, expectation of us, that we use of in English as well.
Yeah. By the way, okay. So I'm gonna stop by the way, folks who joined on Facebook, thank you so much. We'll stop the broadcast here. We'll meet again next Sunday. Just so that I respect everyone's time, and then for